Hi, and welcome back to Optional Class, the actual play D&D show hosted by me, Emma, your GM. With me, I have 4 of my closest family and friends. Once again, Jude, Beiter, Wren, Leopold, Rowan, Beiter, and Adrien Weiss. Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
A little bit of a recap from last episode. We had the Festival of Light, which, as Andy, the son of our local paladin, recently gave us explained, the Festival of Light is the celebration of the defeat of darkness by the forces of light, championed by Maricor, the one true voice. They also had an encounter with a mysterious bard by the name of Varric, who, despite Andy's very truthful to the Church of Maricor, very truthful description of why the Festival of Light is celebrated, offered a slightly darker interpretation. Where last episode left off, our 4 young heroes and adventurers and misfits and troublemakers made their way over to Varric, asking about this particular story.
I want to know where the castle is.
The castle.
The castle, from your story.
Well, my dear, what makes you think there's a real castle?
Is the story true? Is it real?
You said it was the true story, so that would make us think that there's a castle.
Well, I should clarify. And he does, pull up Varric pulls up a seat and sits down. Most of what I say is not strictly true, but it is based on truth. Just like most stories, everything starts with a grain of truth. I just simply embellish some of it for you. That being said, whether or not there's a castle, I don't know. What I do know is that much of my story was based on a little, ditty that I found a while back searching archives in Greywold.
Oh, where were you searching?
At the Academy.
Oh, of course.
He's referring to the Academy of, Mystical Arts and Sciences. He's like, I was in the library looking up, of course, trying to come up with a story. And, I found a bit of perhaps a riddle's a better word for it. Referencing what I believe to be, this particular castle named in my story.
How does the riddle go?
Well, now, sounds like something that would be for more of an adventure.
We're adventurers.
Well, I just like riddles a lot.
My parents say that every adventuring party needs an actual quest to go on, or they're just wanderers.
Your parents seem very smart. Very well, you want a quest? Then a guest you shall have. So he calls you closer and pulls up a seat. And he's like I said, I found reference of this castle in a riddle, if you'd like to hear. Deep within this stronghold's walls, a memory hangs in once bright hall. It holds the key for the long-lost age that points the way to a gilded cage. There the question lies in clear, cool gaze, which hears the answer in a dusty haze.
I knew it.
You knew what, my dear?
When you were saying the story, you were talking about a hallowed clasp and a hallowed cage, and I knew that had to be important to the story. I knew that was an important part, and now this riddle is talking about a gilded cage all over again.
Perhaps it is, my dear. Could there be one and the same?
That's exactly what I'm saying, yes. Sorry.
No, I understand your exuberance. It's quite endearing, actually.
I wonder if Mr. Tibbets knows where the castle is.
Do you have a way of... Who's Mr. Tibbets?
It's not important.
Okay. We can ask him.
Yeah, I can ask him.
Well, you said that you thought the castle was near here.
If by my calculations, if they are correct, then
How
yes.
did you do your calculations?
Well, based on old land records, archival records from the kingdom, those sorts of things, finding a reference. Once again, it gets very complicated, but finding...
Algebra.
Is that why you're here? To look for the
Invented
castle?
yet?
Me, look for the castle. Lord, no. I'm no adventurer. merely a storyteller.
Suspicious.
If you're just a
Here's my off the wall prediction. He's the third brother, the one who told the stories of tragedy.
Oh my god.
That's my hard
Did you
guess
just
right
blow the
now.
whole campaign wide open?
That's my hard guess right now.
Did you just oh my god.
I took extensive notes on that story.
Emma, did Wren just blow your whole campaign
Emma,
wide
I'm
open?
not
Emma would never answer that, but
I know you're not gonna answer that, but maybe your eyes will.
I'm writing down my
Maybe you'll make a
predictions.
face.
Get in the cup now.
Write down
Wrong show, wrong person.
Write down your predictions, sure.
If you're just a storyteller, why did you go through all the trouble of finding the castle?
As a storyteller, I do want to make sure that when I say something, that the parts that are true are true. Otherwise, why write a story that could hold truth? Does that make sense?
Have you never read fiction?
But I don't want to write fiction. I want to write, especially in something we're talking about a festival here. This is something that there's a reason we celebrate this. And don't get me wrong, I expanded upon stories to make this tale. But the events that I speak of are very true. In specific records that you ask, of course.
What was the book that you said you read in the academy that you found the riddle in?
Didn't find it in any particular book. It was more in a collection of records from ages past.
What collection?
I don't remember the exact title of it, I'm afraid.
What kind of records?
Records from the country, records of from kings. One of those, like, they gather like letters and phrases and things from
it was
people around.
Written in a letter?
Yeah, it was written in a letter.
Well, how close to here do you think the castle is? Like, what direction? Do you have any idea?
I have a bit of one. The question is, did you want me to direct you, or did you want to do that on your own?
Well, you just said you found out about this thing, like, something academy? Not a year?
Emma, the DM is like, well, you could investigate, and you're like, no, you said you know, tell us.
I mean, you know, he knows, but maybe some grown-ups who are more trustworthy.
No, we can't tell the grown-ups. My
Exactly.
parents would
Well,
never
I
let
should-
me go.
Well-
I should really tell my parents if I was going to leave anywhere.
Here's what I have to say. You say you're an adventurer. I've given you your quest. Find the castle. What I'll tell you now is that my story, the one that I just told, has a few hints as to where this castle might be.
Trees. Old. He talked about trees regrowing.
Well,
The poem or the long story?
Oh, I didn't write down the whole poem.
No, he talked about trees regrowing in the story. I was paying attention.
yeah, well, so the forest, but he just told us that.
Well, yeah.
If the castle's in
Sorry.
the forest, then
That
Mr.
sounded
Tibbets
really-
probably knows where it is.
Well, why don't we go talk to Mr. Tibbets then?
Sorry.
Yeah, I could go talk to Mr. Tibbets. I wonder if the library has maps.
I really wanted to go to the library. And do
You
some
really don't
research.
want us to meet this Mr. Tibbets?
Who is that?
We could. How about we start at the library and then we go to Mr. Tibbets? Oh, you haven't met Mr. Tibbets?
No, and my dad knows everybody.
No one knows who this man is.
I'll be honest, I've also not met Mr.
Well,
Tibbets.
then what kind of bot are you?
Sorry, I don't swing. Yarrow is not that precocious.
Andrew is, but Andrew didn't say it.
You could now.
Oh gosh.
I believe the castle to exist somewhere in the deep wood. Perhaps not too far from here. The exact location, unknown to me. But perhaps you have the resources at your hands to find it. What I will tell you is that the riddle that I found appears to be directing you in the castle what to do. How to get there, I'm not so sure.
My dad is the mayor. Does he have land?
Oh, you say that to
I
the-
thought you were saying that.
Say that.
You were
Oh, my dad
You were
is-
saying that to
You know
Harry.
who my dad is.
Oh my
Like,
god.
And I was like, seems out of character
You're
for Harry to
really
use her
my
parents.
dad is
well,
the mayor.
my dad's the mayor.
No,
Well,
I'm
actually,
do what
my
I
dad
say.
is this place.
Do you know who my
I-
father is?
I had a thought. My dad's the mayor. Would he have land records? Maps of outlying property?
And if your father
Maps of the Embers Hollow structure, city outlying county essentially in his office
he
or
might,
in the home.
in addition to that, like the library might.
I
The
really do
library-
want to go to
The library would have public records.
My parents
Well,
might
they might have
some
some esoteric
stories.
stuff. They're like Ogma.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you were talking to my parents earlier.
Well, that was.
Did they know this story already?
I did not discuss what I was going to share with everyone at the campfire tonight with them at the time. What I will say is that when I was watching for everyone's reactions during the story, they appeared as invested as Adrien, we'll say.
That makes sense.
Did you
Wasn't
talk
my
to
parents.
I did talk to your father today.
beforehand?
He's very set in his ways on the Church of Maricore and Maricore's belief.
Well, that is his job.
Of course, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Believes that?
You
Yeah,
got
do an
that.
insight check.
I'm scared to use my dice, but you go ahead.
Oh wait, my insight got better.
Yay! As if it wasn't already
Because my
insane.
score went up. I now have a +4. 15.
On a 15, you see that he does genuinely, he's not like lying to you, like, okay. But he does appear to be like, there's nothing wrong with believing one thing. You do see, you do see that he very does believe it. There's no problem, nothing wrong with believing in one thing. You can also tell that he appears to be of the belief that believing in one thing might also be a downfall. And that maybe he thinks that there's benefits to believing in many.
Where are you from?
I'm from Greywald, my dear.
Where from in Greywald?
He lists some
Yeah.
areas,
I've never been there, obviously, but I just nod along.
yeah.
Right. I was just curious.
Is there anything else that anybody wants to ask him?
Where did you find that shirt?
Bought it in Greywald.
Okay. That makes sense. It's much brighter than things you
It
find
is a
here.
seamstress shop, really. Custom made, of course.
What happened to the brothers? The ones who didn't die?
Yes, that's a better question.
Yes, the
Yes.
brothers. What I will say, I have nothing concrete, of course. Like I said, I found more vague references to things. I found the information about the stronghold, which I compiled with other information, interpret to be this castle created by these brothers, who, from my understanding, did in fact exist, and did in fact fight this kind of darkness. Whether they did it in the way, once again, that I've expounded, is to be seen, I suppose. But from my understanding, the three brothers who survived eventually split up.
They
When
didn't stay together?
from
As a
my
family?
from my understanding, at one point they went their separate ways. What became of them, I'm not entirely sure. My humble belief is that they most likely separated and founded different lineages, different lines, if you will. Each is equally powerful and important as the next. But of course, that's simply my belief.
What were their names? As if, like, he's gonna know them.
Yes,
but...
you have the family records. Were they from here? Could we find them in the library?
I'm afraid I don't know names. Much of what I found does not reference, in fact, it does not reference these brothers in name. In fact, many of the documents don't reference them as brothers at all.
What do they reference them as? Friends?
Simply 8. Whether it be 8 friends, 8 men, 8 brothers, 8 brethren. You have to remember that brothers may not necessarily mean brothers by blood.
Brothers in arms.
Brothers in arms, brothers in kind, in likeness.
Sisters can be brothers.
Brothers in skills, perhaps. I interpret it as brothers in blood. But that is simply my interpretation of a story that I've pieced together from records that I've found. Well, I think we have our quest.
I really should ask my parents first.
If you ask your parents, they're gonna say no.
It's really late.
Don't say that. That would mean that, yes, it is very late.
I mean, my parents would definitely say no.
I think I have to ask mine, but they'll probably say yes. I don't have, you know, I mean...
I could at least ask.
I should ask.
I'm not.
I should, if I'm gonna be out of town,
I assume we've left Varrics.
yeah.
Yeah, we've like,
At this
you
point.
guys are like
We
wandered.
meeting in front.
We've like wandered and like gathered into our own little corner.
If I'm gonna be missing, I should ask. Should.
Here's the thing: my parents are never gonna let me go. Just saying. My best bet is to just not say anything. They probably won't notice I'm gone.
Well, how long will this take?
We're just looking for a castle. Like, what, a couple hours? Like,
Most of my parents' adventures took at least weeks.
yeah, but those were like, I'm sure like bigger. We're looking for a castle.
Do you see a castle? That's too sassy for Clary to say. She does not say that.
Damn.
Yeah. What I will say is that it is getting late tonight.
Okay,
The
how about
crowds
this?
are dispersing from the
How
festival.
about this? How about this? We all go back. We sleep on it.
And
I'm
morning
gonna
we go to
see-
the library?
We can meet at the library tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or do we have a lesson with Adrien tomorrow?
No, you don't have a
No?
lesson.
Then we can meet at the library.
Okay, I'm gonna see what I can get out of my dad, his office, something like that, and we'll meet back up at the library. So everybody just tomorrow try to have either a cover story, permission, or whatever you're planning on doing. Got it?
Okay. I'm going to go to my parents at this point. Are they speaking? Are they like huddled with anyone? Are they
No, they're talking amongst themselves for the time being. And they sort of stop talking as you approach. Yarrow, how was your day?
It was wonderful. I made some friends.
That's lovely.
Yes, I fought. There was a children's arena, and I fought and I got the first person out.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. How long did you last? Did you win?
My team won. And we're nothing without our party. That's what you always have said in your stories. And my party won, and that's important.
As a reminder, Yarrow is wearing Henry's dress from earlier in the
And
day.
because in fighting it got a bit sweaty, I made sure to change into a more presentable dress instead to not embarrass us.
It's very good thinking, Yarrow. Very good.
You did technically lead the team to victory as well, which you could say.
I
Right.
was the first to strike, and Adrien said that he hadn't seen anyone like it. And we were training later, and I got a hit on Adrien, and he said I was one of the only 4 people who had ever done that.
That is impressive. Perhaps we made the right choice after all. Come on. Where are the clothes that you were in this morning?
They are. Are they at Henry's?
They're at Adrien.
They're at Adrien's. I was with, I was, one of my new friends is his son Andy, and so there was a change of clothes there that was very clean, and so it is waiting there. I can go get it before we go home if you would like.
We'll pick it up in the morning, Yarrow. Come along. And they'll go off to bed. As the 3 of you are standing here, you do hear behind you, Henrietta Embers!
Oh,
I didn't get to talk to her parents! Soon.
Hi, Mom.
What on earth are you
I didn't meet her in
wearing?
Henry's dress. It's a blessing.
The world is safe.
Just has the battle axe still on her shoulder.
I'm not a disappointment to my parents!
Just on her shoulder, dirt.
What are you wearing?
Well, I couldn't fight in the arena in my dress.
You weren't. Your mother reaches out, grabs the back of your shirt, and just starts hauls you up and starts
I'll
marching
see you guys
home.
tomorrow.
That feels right. That's just
Cracking
right.
the battle axe.
Oh yeah, their battle axe!
Dragging on the ground. Alphagor taught me how to use a battle axe.
You narc!
Oh my god.
You little snitch!
Well, I'm going to be speaking having a very lengthy conversation with Alphagor.
I also got to meet Yarrow Arch.
Did you now?
We're really good friends. She got really sweaty, so and her clothing got ruined, so I gave her my dress.
I suppose that was an admirable choice.
I mean, that is what you always say, isn't it? That we should make a good impression on others, and giving my dress to Yarrow certainly made a good impression on her.
Get in the house. It shoves you through the door.
Skipping in with the battle axe.
Rat, I love her.
God.
God, you're the worst!
You suck.
Your father, fully seated at the kitchen table, is like, yes, those are, okay. Those are not, you were in a dress.
I gave it to Yarrow Arch.
Okay.
Keep my name out of your mouth.
Your dad fully just goes back to what
you're
he's doing.
important to that.
I feel like you guys are
You're really important to
you
that.
guys are name dropping each other to stay in your parents' good graces.
We really are.
We really are.
We gotta.
Yeah.
I didn't name drop Henry. I name dropped Andy.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you
true.
should name drop me next time.
I will.
Yeah.
I'm sure they'll find you just as important as your parents find me.
Yeah, you guys are the
Exactly.
3 most high-profile families
Sorry.
in town.
Yeah. Your father fully just goes back to what he's doing. He's like, okay.
I am going to take my leave of Clary and be like, I'll see you tomorrow at the library.
library.
And then I'm gonna go back home and if I can catch up with my dad, I will. But if
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, you can
cool.
absolutely catch up with him.
I'll catch up with Adrien and I'll just grab his hand as we walk back.
He has to bend down a little bit.
And when I get back, I'm gonna go to my room. I still have the halberd.
Yep.
Which I'm gonna take over to the door where he leans his up on the wall, and I'm just gonna lean mine next to
Yeah.
it.
So there's a 7.5-foot halberd, a 3.5-foot halberd.
My heart.
And then
Just leaning
You
against the
just
wall.
breaks my heart.
Andy, stop making me
I'm
sad.
gonna go to my room. Good night, Dad. Night, Mom.
Good night, dear.
Shut the door.
Has now like she's finished the soup and is now like feet up in like big like slippers kind of things, like a little like house coat. Is just like fully reading a book, little like glasses.
So sweet.
It's giving like the sleepy time bear.
Yes,
No, literally.
Literally.
Shut the door. And as soon as I've shut the door and I'm like in the dark in my room, I'm gonna fumble in like the pouch at my belt and pull out my pebble. And I'm gonna say the magic word. Light. And this warm, soft radiance just like spills out of this tiny little rock. The dark is nothing to be afraid of. I'm gonna set it on my bedside, and I'm just gonna like get in bed and go to sleep.
You break me.
There you go.
And you,
That's why I've seen the inventory pebble heart. It's a nightlight.
But we can have the little flashback scene to little 4-year-old Andy.
Yeah, as Andy pulls it out and whispers the magic word and like it glows and he reminds himself that the dark is nothing to be afraid of. He thinks back to when
He got the pebble. And he was about 4 years old, so picture 2.5-foot Andy is now like 1 foot tall. In bed, he's got tear tracks down his face. In the dark room, as the door cracks open and Adrien, dressed now like in just like a night shirt and some like night trousers, comes in and is like,
Sleepy
Andy,
time bear.
Andy, buddy, what's going on? Because it really crouches down next to Andy.
I'm scared.
What are you scared of?
Dark. Something in the dark.
Andy, there's nothing in the dark. There's nothing to be afraid of. You wanna know why? You wanna know why there's nothing to be afraid of? And he reaches out and puts a hand like on your chest. Remember, his hand is like the width of your little like halfling chest. And he puts on and he's like, the light is here. Always. Here and here. As long as we carry Miracle with us. God of light, the one voice. He lights our way and he lights us. And there's something very special that we can do. Right? And something special that you can do, Andy, is bring that light from here. All that light that makes you you. And bring it out here into the world. To light the way for others. And Adrien sort of like reaches down on the ground and like feels around for a minute. Before picking something up that he like found on the ground. He's like, see this? And he holds up just a little pebble. This is just a rock. But with you, Andy, it can be so much more. And he reaches out and takes Andy's like itty bitty little like baby hand and puts the pebble in the middle of it. And so Andy's hand is on top of his, palm up, and puts his other hand. His hand is absolutely dwarfed in Adrien's. Right? We carry the light in us, Andy. And in the light, there's no reason to be afraid of the dark. And he lifts his hand, and where his hand was, you see the pebble is glowing. And just like radiating, not a lot of light, just a little bit. Just enough to light the room. And he pulls back and drops his hand so now the pebble is just in Andy's. All you have to do, if ever you find yourself in the dark, afraid, whatever, is take that and speak light and bring your light into the world. Can you do that for me, Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright. He gets like one hand around the back of Andy's head, which is like, again, once again, his hand is the size of your head. Pulls you and just gives you like a quick kiss on the forehead, and pulls back. Standing up, and you can see behind him, standing in the doorway, is your mother. Who's just like nodding as Adrien like pats you down, kisses you on the head, and stands up and like goes and like takes her hand as they like quietly close the door. In the not quite as dark as before room. Little 4-year-old Andy.
And that's what 10-year-old Andy is thinking about as he falls asleep to the gently pulsing light of his pedal.
Freaking breaks my heart.
Wow, Auntie.
That's like you're definitely like always tugging at the heartstrings.
You bitch.
I love him so much. I've spent so much time.
Clary's goodnight is like really anticlimactic after that.
She's so tired from her sparring.
I really do think she's just, I mean, she's like on top of the world. She's going back to her parents, right? Like, I think she's just gonna, she's gonna ask her mom, I think, for permission to grab a couple herbs from the storeroom for like, purposes.
Are you getting what I think you're getting?
Possibly.
Of course, Clary. You're allowed to take whatever you want from the store. As long as it's not like in a jar or whatever. It's just like from the stocks.
Just dried.
You can take whatever you
Yeah,
want. You know
just
that.
a little bit.
You know that.
Thank you. It's a gift for a friend.
Okay.
Anyway, good night.
Okay.
She just
No follow-up questions.
Trots off to bed.
Zero follow-up
It's
questions.
another gift for Mr. Tibbets in the end.
Yeah, your dad comes in, like your mom and dad come in. They both like give you like big hugs. They make sure you have like your little beard nightcap, like they've got little like beard nightcaps on. They make sure they're like, oh, that peach fuzz is coming in. How cute.
Kids.
Yeah, doing all that embarrassing parent stuff when their kids are like trying to get red. They're like, but you're so cute.
Wow, I wish Henry knew about that.
Wow.
Ouch.
Same.
And I think before she, tucks in to bed or is tucked into bed or, before the final like going to bed, she's gotten ready. I think she's gonna, take a look at her stuff that she brought back from today, which includes the knife from Adrien, the dagger from Adrien, and Andy's rapier.
Yeah.
And yeah, she just looks at him for a minute and I guess contemplates like, this is a big change. This was a big day. And thanks to the kindness of her friend. And so she's just leans them against the wall next to the door very carefully so that she can grab them on the way out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, these might be this new security blanket situation. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Hey, there's no better security blanket than a knife and a sword.
You'd know.
I would know. Speaking as somebody whose security blanket is in fact both a knife and a sword that are in my room all the time, there is nothing more comforting than that.
No, I love that, like, Andy has a nightlight and Clary has
Andy's
a knife.
A pedal. What do you have?
A knife.
Yeah.
Thank you. We were on the same wavelength.
Yes.
But yeah,
and she's gonna go to bed.
And all of you sort of like drift off to sleep as like the sun sinks, the moon rises. The world awakens in a different way overnight, with all kinds of like the nightlife and the creatures and the crickets and the bats, everything that you guys don't see while you're awake. And
Sorry, the way you're phrasing that is so ominous. As
really
if, like,
bad.
there are ghosts out
you
there.
don't
The
see
shadows are
when
eating
you're
us.
awake.
What you don't see in the night is your
You
parents
don't
getting
see.
possessed.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna say
that.
divorce.
No, that's real life.
Yeah, okay.
I'm kidding. That, never mind.
Anyway, moving on. They don't let me say ominous things on this podcast.
No, I mean that really was just not even a joke. It just
Anyway.
are getting ended. Usually one word.
Anyway, there's
What's
an
the next word? Family feud. Sorry.
Anyway,
Happy.
moving on. Anyway, there's an entire world of life that you don't see because you're asleep. And as the night ends and the dawn begins again, the light spilling out, awakening the world, awakening each of you, you find yourselves in a new day, one marked perhaps with some adventure.
I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna find Adrien in the morning.
Adrien is in the kitchen eating breakfast.
Great. I'm gonna go up to my dad and I'm gonna like walk up next to his chair. Hey, Dad.
Hi, Andy.
So
He like picks you up and puts you on his lap so he doesn't have to like bend over to see you.
So you know how yesterday I was hanging out with Henry and Clary and Yarrow?
Yes, yeah, I remember.
So I was wondering if it would be okay if I went back out with them today to the library first.
Of course,
but-
Andy. Andy, you don't need to ask me permission to hang out with your friends.
Yeah, but not just to hang out with them, also to go maybe into the woods.
Of course you can go into the woods, Andy. You know that. The woods aren't off limits.
Okay. He like thinks very seriously about telling Adrien the whole plan. Because he's like, I feel like he's not understanding gravity.
Adrien is so supportive and so bad at this type of insight.
Yeah, I'm like, he is not understanding the gravity of this
situation.
question. And then he has this moment of like, but if I tell Adrien, then is he gonna tell Cuthbert and Constance? And then Henry definitely won't be allowed to go. And so he feels so badly about it and just goes, okay, and hops off his dad's lap and like runs, like, and beelines for the door and like grabs his like dull halberd on the way out. Bye, Dad!
Adrien does look at Isana and is like, did I like miss something in that exchange? And she's like, no. Just goes back to making breakfast. He just goes sprinting out to meet them at the library.
I think Henry wakes up, and the first thing she's gonna do is try to figure out like where her parents are. Like, is her dad in the kitchen? Is her dad in his
Cool.
office?
Give me a perception check.
I do.
You open your bedroom door and run immediately into your mother.
That was rough. She knows you too well.
You're up early, Henrietta.
Yeah.
This is just an observation.
Attitude on this girl. Oh my god.
This is merely an observation, Henrietta. Is there a particular reason that you're awake so early?
I mean, Henry, Yarrow, Clary, or not Henry.
I talk in third person now.
Andy, Yarrow, Clary, and I were gonna go hang out today.
Just try not to get dirty today, okay?
Okay. We're gonna be in the library.
Well, that's just fine. You can. You might want to talk to your father. He's in the kitchen. He has some paperwork to drop off with Phelan.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. It goes.
You go up to your nap.
I'm an enigma to my own mother.
Not just her.
Well, they don't know what to do with this.
I really feel like
You're
it's
always like,
obvious.
"Ah."
I'm very agreeable when I'm getting something out of it.
Yeah.
You're very agreeable when people are agreeing with you.
Yeah, your mother, in the same way that Adrien had a did I fuck up thought, Your mother fully is like, did I read something wrong here? Did I do a bad?
Dad, Mom said you wanted to talk to me.
Not in particular.
Oh wow!
Oh my god.
Oh my!
She said you have something for
Father of
Ballad.
the year.
Oh, yes. I do. I was gonna drop it off on the library. Gonna drop it off on the library. Before I headed to my office. Were you going?
I'm going to the library with Yarrow, Andy, and
I
Mary Sage.
was unaware of that. You did not tell me until just now.
Well, I can take whatever it is to Phelan.
Yes. Of course. He just has some of the records from last night. I figured he could put them in the archives. Considering that's what he.
The bar that you
does.
brought
Is
in
he
was
not
really.
at all suspicious of this? This offer to do
Finally
something?
being helpful.
No. The bar that you brought in this year was really cool.
Varric? Yes. He came highly recommended.
From who?
He really thinks about that. He's like, I believe it was one of the aristocrats that I met a few months ago. When I was meeting with Caspian and Cyprus for the first time, when they were planning on moving here.
Okay.
I mean, it's no one that you would know, Henry.
I was just wondering. I thought his story was really cool last night.
I mean, it was very, very interesting indeed.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of talk about like this castle.
Yes.
Not the side.
I mean,
I just thought the story was really interesting. Have you ever heard a story like that related to this festival?
I've heard a lot of stories related to the festival. Hemon has one, Phelan has one, it feels Adrien has one, it feels like everyone has one. Castles are mentioned in at least two of them. And then the third in Varric's. I mean, it seems to be a common thread.
Do you have the letter?
Yeah, it's here are the notes. He gave us up some of the paperwork that he had. But he's right. Give this to Phelan, tell him to archive it with the receipts and everything from last night. He'll know where to put it, he'll know where it goes. Wonderful.
I head out of the house. What are the papers that I'm holding?
Oh, snoop through them, please.
Oh, absolutely. What are the papers I'm
they're
holding?
fully just, they're like literally like the receipts, the payment, like marital payments, things like that, to these people, like to bring people in to Varric.
Is one of them payment to the bard?
Yeah, one of them is Varric's payment for coming.
Okay. Is there any other information on it?
You see that your father and like the town of Embers Hollow paid about 25 gold pieces to have him come in and
Gold deserves carrying.
tell. I like to come in and like entertain.
Okay.
You do see in there like a letter from someone like recommending Varric as like a bard to come in, and the letter is signed from a lord in the aristocracy.
I pocket the letter.
Don't pocket the letter, just read it.
No.
Did you get as far as reading the lord's name, or did you just get?
No, I'll read the lord's name, but I'm keeping the letter.
His name is Janice.
I'm keeping the letter.
Oh, you're fully just pocketing
I'm fully
it.
just pocketing the letter.
Fantastic.
I can't. Oh my god. I'm sorry. The inner like archivist. I'm like, no. Put it in the library.
No, I'm
Put it in the
fully
library,
just
it's where it
keeping the
belongs.
letter.
It belongs in a museum.
Cool. You're
No, it
just,
doesn't, you colonialist fuck!
that's right. So you're just like
It needs to be filed.
so you're just like keeping all of this.
I'm not keeping all of it. I'm just keeping the letter because it's directly connected to this lord who like recommended this bard that like my dad doesn't really seem to know where he came from. Just that like he got a recommendation from somebody about it. So I'm keeping the letter.
This gatekeeping system is horrendous.
I love it.
Is there anything else that like a 12-year-old would find
Absolutely
interesting.
not.
Okay, cool. Absolutely not. Yeah, so I get to the library and I'm just kind of like, I leave them on the front desk.
You just leave it on the front.
I get to see Phelan and I just leave them on the front desk.
Clary wakes up, straps on Andy's rapier and her knife, and gets ready to go for the day. And she is gonna stop by her mom's apothecary shop to pick up her supplies.
Yeah, you like walk in. There's like a little bell above the door that chimes, and you hear Mother's voice. But it's just 1 minute. I kind of be like, oh, hello, Clary, good to see you.
Good morning.
Morning. What can I do for you?
Oh, I'm just picking up the stuff we talked about last night.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
of course.
So,
You know where it is? It's in the back.
Yes, thank you. And she's getting her couple of herbs and things. Her 11 herbs and spices. No, we can cut that out. We can cut that out.
Absolutely not. That's in.
It's a lot fewer than 11. Yeah, she's gonna just pick up some stuff that will be revealed later for fun. And she wants to. I think she wants to demonstrate to her mom that she is asking for things. She's not just like stealing pastries in the wee hours of the morning.
That was Corey.
That was Corey. I think she
2-year-old
knows. She knows. Anyway, okay, Mom, I'm gonna go to the library with my friends. Bye, and just out the door.
Bye. Oh, she's so fast. It just goes back to what she was doing.
So that morning, I wake up. I tried to do the braids myself today.
I don't know if that's a check or if I just sort of manage it not as well as a maid would or my mom would.
What do you
I
think?
think that's a dex check if I'm being
The
real.
sleight of hand.
It's behind my head. I've not done this many times before. That was almost. You saw that. That was almost a nat 20.
Knocked it, and it was.
And then it was an 8.
16, but it was an 8.
It was an 8.
Yeah, I think on an 8 you do pretty well. It's not like the worst
I
thing
see
in the
that
world.
it's only pretty well, and I take them out. I get dressed in more of my sort of regular adventuring clothes. So more of like the wide belt, still like flowy shirt, gray pants, my more walkable boots. And because I think I've seen it in pictures and I think it looks cool, I strap the rapier and the scimitar sort of crossed on my back. Because they look so different that it would be weird if they were both on my hips. And so they're crossed on my back. And when I go down for breakfast, Mother, could you help me with my braids, please, like yesterday?
She sort of gestures for you to send her as she starts doing your hair.
I was,
And I'm staying so still while I'm talking.
I was hoping to go to the library today with Andy and Clary and Henry.
What for? Are you doing schoolwork?
We were doing some research on the story that the bard told yesterday. We were curious.
So not schoolwork.
No, Adrien hasn't assigned any yet.
Of course.
Haven't had a lesson.
Hmm. Oh, all right. Just remember to be home by dinner, and don't let whatever project you're working on interfere when you do get schoolwork.
Of course.
Interfere with that.
Of course. I know how important that is.
Of course. I will be speaking with Adrien later today to figure out exactly what the sort of expectation in terms of classes and weapon training that there will be, and get the regiment down for that. So I suppose you can have one day of reprieve before that begins.
I look forward to it.
Your hair's all done.
Thank you.
Yarrow really just wants to like grab food and bolt, but will still sit down and eat primly. for the rest of the meal.
That's what Clary forgot this morning.
Again.
Is the only one who's remembered breakfast so far. The only one equipped with a full stomach for an adventure. Yarrow really wants to ask about permission, but is so terrified because she knows it's going to be a no. So instead, I think she's like,
That ballad was very interesting last night. I saw that he was speaking with you both earlier. What was did you know him previously?
Your father sort of like gives you like a half smile. He's like, my reputation only.
Where had you heard of him before?
Your uncle Janice has spoken of him before.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
I didn't realize. Yes.
Didn't you have friends that you were going to see?
Yes, I was just waiting to be excused.
You're excused.
thank you. I leave. My shoulders drop a bit the second the door closes behind me. And then I make my way to the library.
The library, you find your other friends all waiting. Henry has thrown the papers just on the desk. Henry also realized that she forgot her battle-axe and is very sad about it.
I thought you said you dragged it after you.
Oh, I took it into the house with me. I just
Oh.
didn't take it to the library with me. I'll get it later. Henry realized that. I was like, damn it. I'm gonna have to go back.
We can stop back at my house. We have more.
Oh, that's also true. We don't even have to go back to my house, which is even better.
My father said that he'll be stopping by your house later
My mom
today
sees me again. I'm
anyway.
never gonna leave.
So if we do decide to go anywhere, I could ask him then.
You can ask.
No, not yet, because you were just starting with the library.
This is also
and we
Clary's
don't-
logic.
And we don't know how long we're going to be researching in the library. But really, I only have today because once our schoolwork starts, I won't have much time for adventures.
Well, I did find this in the paperwork my dad gave me earlier this morning. I handed over the letter. Apparently, it's like a letter from the guy who recommended Barrack.
Oh, this is my Uncle Janice.
You know him.
Yes, I mean he's practically family. He's wonderful. He always gave me the best gifts.
Okay, apparently he's the one who recommended this bard guy. My dad's like never heard of him.
Well, then I'm not surprised that the bard was so wonderful last night. He has very refined taste.
Yeah. That-
Should we do?
That was really it.
Should we do some? I feel like I should give the letter to someone.
No, it's fine.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, I give it back to you.
Just like
Do you have any further use for it? Just leave it on the desk.
You're trying to get your father committed for tax fraud.
Literally.
It's just the letter for recommendation. Fine. I'll leave it on the desk.
You just leave it on the pile of other things.
Yeah.
There is like a neat little box. It's like, place here. And you fully just spread it across the counter. Yeah, you guys are in the library.
Clary's gonna take advantage of a moment, like walk. Yarrow, this is for you, and pulls out like a little bunch of dried yarrow. Because you were looking for it yesterday, and they didn't have any, so it's for you. We have some
Thank
at the shop.
That's so kind.
And I don't have my gold with me today because I realized that was a little ridiculous. So instead of where that sort of pouch was yesterday, I tie it to my belt.
Also, Andy, do you want your sword back? Just brings things up at times.
Wisdom save.
I think Andy's. No, you can keep it.
I can keep it?
Yeah.
Oh, yay, thank you, Andy.
Of course.
I love it. And now
Yeah.
let's
As you guys
I
are
wanna
sort
read
of
the
like
story.
all crowded around the front desk, you hear what can I do for you? And you look up and see an older man, Mohammed, sitting here. He runs the library, him and his wife Annabelle. What can I do for you youngsters?
We're looking for maps. of the area. Right?
Yes, of the forest around us.
Yes.
Looking for maps of the forest.
We're just very interested in the layout. I'm new in town, and so I just want to know what.
Yes. You're the arch girl.
Yes.
Yes. I met your parents last night.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sure it was for them, not so much for me. He said that. Wow. I mean, no offense, dear.
Wow.
You seem lovely.
Thank you. So the maps.
Right. Yeah, but Heaven is like, he's a much older gentleman. He's probably like in his 60s
He doesn't give
or
two
70s.
shits about politics.
He's got like salt and pepper hair, kind of like a longer beard. He's a little like frail looking. Alright, maps it is. Does this have anything to do with that bard from last night?
Yes. Was the story true?
His story?
Was the story true? Do you have any books about it?
I was also hoping to find books on the 8 he was talking about. I thought it was very interesting.
So since like he does look at Andy in particular in this moment.
Oh,
Can Henry run an insight check on his luck?
Yes.
Oh, same.
oh, can
actually.
I also?
Me too.
Damn it.
Okay, wisdom.
Ooh,
18.
okay.
Almost
That's a
getting
seven.
other numbers and getting 8s, but
I have a
that's a 10.
7.
18.
22.
Ooh.
On a 22, he looks at you, and you know that he's not looking at you like he's looking at Andy.
Mhm.
Like, he's looking at you as, like, a concept.
Yeah. So Andy sees that and he's gonna go, well, just any stories on the festival. My dad knows we're here.
That sounds like a threat.
Because
And I only got a
Like-
7.
Yeah, my dad can beat up your dad. No.
I got an 18, so.
No, but I only got a 7, but Henry is kind of like, weird way of phrasing this, but she's kind of looking to see, like, are you a threat to Andy? Which is a weird way to phrase that. But, like,
I thought she was gonna ask if Andy was a threat to the mission.
no, but, like, you're looking, but, like,
Everyone but Henry is a threat to the mission.
the thing
What are you
is,
talking
no,
about?
no, but yes. Like, you're looking at Andy, and Henry's trying to gauge whether or not Andy's presence and connection to, like, the religion of Maricourt is a blocker for you, and if that's going to cause a problem in, like, you giving us that information. Not necessarily to, like, cut Andy out, but as a way of, like, would there be a need for, like, interception to, like, not block Andy, but block Andy? Like, like, I need to, like, get between you to, like, disrupt this potential, like, I see this thing, maybe I shouldn't say anything, interrupt that train of thinking. I only got a 7 though. So,
Yeah.
like, I don't know how much I got. For
not much of that.
I mean, yeah.
Great meta thinking, but
On a 22, with that knowledge of, like, he's looking at me as a concept, I assume that concept is, like, the preacher's son.
yes, that concept is like the preacher's
church.
son, as an emissary essentially of the church here.
My... Just any... Well, I'm really looking for maps. So if you can direct me to the map, I'm not that interested in any other, like, stories.
I am.
So if you direct me,
You're not.
to well, if I
You're
could
not.
just, I'm not really here with them for that. So if you direct me to the maps, then you can deal with their questions. And he looks at this man like he is asking for approval for his lie. Like he is so new to lying that he looks at this man like, am I doing it right?
This is the Clary Truehammer.
Yeah.
Lying.
Andy looks at Clary like,
She's actually do that.
As you like give this very obvious lie that you're like backtracking and talking and like looking for approval, you just sort of like sigh and like slouch down a little bit. Do you want to know more?
Wisdom save time?
Sorry, that's such a big question.
Pick a pill.
Do you
Red or
have
blue?
visions from beyond?
I think,
Oh.
I think Andy's gonna make a wisdom save.
Yeah.
I know we were joking about that,
No, but that's
like,
fair.
I think Andy's
That's
gonna
needed.
make a wisdom save.
Honestly, I love just rolling a wisdom
okay,
save whenever I don't know what to
18.
do.
You're allergic to failing wisdom
So-
checks right now.
Yeah, really. So, 18. So I think on an 18, Andy is going to think about, this question: do you want to know more? And think back to last night and how like scary that was, but also how much it's just a story didn't necessarily help. Like, it was still scary because Adrien's story is also just a story. Like, I also haven't seen any proof of that. And so there's like, I think there's a real moment where he's like, no, I just want to like not be afraid of the dark and
Oh
like
my god,
go-
deconstructing faith.
look at my maps and shit. And yeah, I do want to know more.
Good.
Because it's a library.
Yeah.
No, I mean yes. Because it's a library, but also because
Sorry.
Andy, I'm sure you're well aware that my wife and I are practitioners of the old faiths.
Yep. and-
Worship Ogma, god of knowledge, and
That
I
means you know everything, right?
no.
And my
What it means is that I am not afraid to know more than I think I should,
and my
or that I'm told I should know.
Clary's
Unlike the church.
Yarrow is like enamored.
Unlike the church, which no offense to you or your father, but has a bit of a tendency to tell you what to think and expect that you don't want to know more than you do. Which I've always found to be more of a danger than anything else in this world.
So you'll help us.
Of course, because I was going to.
Thank you.
No, never mind.
Because knowledge. Knowledge is wisdom. Knowledge is important. Knowledge is... Without it, how could we live? Without knowledge, how do you make decisions? You choose. You make choices. If you don't make choices, what?
what is happening?
He's
There's
eccentric.
too much knowledge in his brain.
So I want you to know.
This happens when you
I
know
want you
more.
to know I legitimately have in my notes about this man that he is eccentric
Maybe you
and a
can take
little
us,
crazy.
maybe you can take us to those stories so that we can get the knowledge to make decisions.
So we can live.
so we can
so
live.
we can live. Because
You know that I don't mean live like in a literal sense.
Can you take us to the stories?
No. No, you can obviously live without knowledge.
well, I mean, technically,
You're alive.
It did kind of sound like you were.
I feel like that if you include inherent knowledge of breathing and never mind.
Those are things that your body just knows how. There's a difference between the things that you know how to do and the things that you know to learn what to
Can I please read some books?
Can we take us to the stories, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Ember is not afraid to just be like, yo!
Sure.
I got a new sign to Yarrow.
Varric, not Varric, Maven sort of like leads you like deep, like
And we
into
like turns around and like looks at everybody. It's like, if we were any older,
Yeah, and you sort of like
12. so
yeah,
you know.
Mavin turns and like leads you like deeper into the library, like down a couple of flights of stairs, and he's like, "These are our like archives. This is where all of the archival things are." He puts like a pair of glasses out, and it's like, "So you are looking for things related to the Dark Times, correct?"
Mm-hmm. The Dark Times, the castle,
The eight.
The eight.
The bard-
class.
Varric, the bard, said that he thought that the castle would have once resided close to here.
Yes. He sort of goes over. You see, he like goes like he's like, "Stay here a second." You see, he like goes like back like into the dark, following like all of these like little scrolls. He's following like all of these scrolls, and he comes back a few minutes later carrying a couple. He's like, "I had to go through some of Phelan's research on the town. I did find I have a couple here of like historical documents." Things with like more historical references, apostolaries, things like that.
What was that word you said?
Apostolary?
Can you repeat that?
Do we have those
Fine.
in this setting?
These like letters. Those are letters for people.
Epistolary?
Epistolaries.
Do we have apostles in this setting?
Maybe.
Oh my god!
Kinda, yeah.
Either way, he has like he's like, "I have some letters here that I took from like Phelan's like set of archives, some letters, some more like archival historical documents. I also have a couple of more probably more in line with like what Varric did. It's more like almost a fictionalized account, but it's like taken from various different sources for a more concrete, somewhat put together concept of what happened during this time. Here, he hands over a bunch of.
Yarrow takes the largest stack possible.
There's
Clary's,
there's like
set
4
to read.
scrolls.
I take the largest stack possible of 4 scrolls.
So you take all of them.
Can we read these?
He sort of like gestures around him.
I walk
So
over
the-
to a table
So
and
we
put
all
them
just
down.
take a scroll?
If you need me, I will be upstairs. My wife Annabella is around if you need her. Henry, Phelan said that your father was sending over some.
Yeah, they're on the desk upstairs.
Did you put them in the box? Marked,
No.
Place here.
You're already like as a scroll.
Right.
Guess who's not getting an internship at the library?
And he goes off upstairs.
So we all just take a scroll?
We all just take a scroll.
Yeah.
I take one of the.
The
I
meteor
was
one.
most interested in one of the sort of the concrete stories.
Okay.
The ones that were more compilation.
So you took one of the more not
the Varric-esque.
yeah, not a fictionalized account, but
No,
it's like
I was more interested in that over the historical records.
cool. So you took that account.
I don't know this town. That would mean nothing to me.
So I'm assuming the rest of you took more like
Yeah.
archival records.
Clary's gonna take
Rather-
historical records. She wants to know what really happened.
I'll grab
Cool.
some whatever's left after everybody
Cool.
else is
Yeah.
done.
I'm devouring this.
More of
Do we
more
need to
of
do
an arc.
investigation
Yeah,
checks
yeah.
to find stuff?
Yes. Why am I not proficient in this?
Oh no.
Yeah, because these are very
I have a
dense
lot of
documents.
proficiencies.
I have a 3, so I'm
Got
going
it.
to ask
Why do I
someone
have
for
so many
help.
proficiencies?
Yeah,
I got
these are exceedingly some of these are exceedingly dense documents with a lot of
Okay, if we like tag team it, can we give each other the help action here?
Please.
one of you can give one of you the help action.
I'll give you the help action.
Well, we could go
We
find
both already
Phelan.
rolled.
Maybe
Yeah.
Phelan can help. Maybe the librarian.
I only got a 5.
Yeah, I got
I
a
got
3.
a 17.
I got a 14.
Cool.
Can you guys help us?
Yeah, you guys
I'll roll one of yours
yeah,
again.
you guys
Excuse
are
me, my
going.
book is too hard. Can you help?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you guys are going through some of the more dense stuff.
Okay.
It's
That's
really
a dirty
boring.
20.
Dirty 20 on
Really?
I love
those.
books.
So I
Yeah.
am helped.
Oh,
I guess. Okay, this dice is in jail because that time was only a 6.
No.
I already.
Yeah.
I
Oh, you've read
that
the
other
stuff.
one
Oh,
for you.
thank
Yeah.
God.
That was the
Thank
dirty
God.
Oh, should I roll for Rowan?
If you want
Please
to.
do.
That's a 2.
One of these is unknown to us for now.
We can just ask the librarian.
Rowan,
But yeah. So
Cuts it in half.
with the dull battle axe. So Wren, you rolled 2 of the.
Yes, one of them was a 14, one of them was a 20.
Okay, so you rolled the 14 since that was on your own. You rolled the 14 sort of on the story. So looking through again, some of these documents are somewhat difficult to get through, especially the historical ones, because there's a lot of like discontinuity or incontinuity. There's a lot of like notes from various archive keepers in the past, like jotting in. Some of the language, particularly in the letters, is very foreign and appears to be like mostly translated from like the equivalent of like an Old English. So trying to like read some of these would be the equivalent to like trying to read Old English, which is like, it's a foreign language. Unless you're fluent in it, you have no idea. So you're relying a lot on like the notes and things around it. The story, however, is a little bit more put together. You do get a little bit more of that. And what you find is not a very long story, not as well put together as Varric's. But it is sort of an account. Again, it's a little choppy in places because it was taken from a bunch of different like primary resources that whoever wrote this and put this together sort of like pieced bits and pieces of other documents together to form like what this person thought had happened. And what this account is that some thousands of years ago, out on the Grey Coast, was a group of 8 wizards. There you have, and it talks about like this is where like they practiced like magic and did their skills, and like world was still being discovered at the time. Like Erith as a continent had not fully been explored. And in this story, there's an account of this youngest brother finding a cave off in the cliffs of the Grey Coast. It talks about these 8 wizards exploring this and finding a well of some kind. What the well is not particularly well described. Merely it's described as giving off like hints of magic, old and unknown. In here it talks about that youngest son drinking from the well at the protest of his brothers. In there you find references to this 8th brother getting immense powers of some kind, which cracked his mind, causing him to turn against them and releasing some kind of darkness into the world.
So it's kind of like the Fountain of Youth and Pandora's Box mixed together.
I need you to know that in my notes, the wizards are just referred to as bros. The bros, because it's shorter than brothers.
Nice.
Okay.
Youngest brother drank from well despite bros saying no.
Bro, no!
So we're looking for-
Is
Why
that the
not,
whole-
bro?
Is that the whole story?
That's kind of like what you find.
So I get the beginning.
So in contrast to what Varric told you, Varric spun this as like these 8 brothers were the ones that stopped the darkness. This
one has
account
them starting.
This account is telling you that they started it. So this is like, again, like sort of, there are similar themes in some of these. There is this like theme of darkness, and things like that. But sort of like who and what the players are. Again, there's like brothers versus wizards, but 8 is consistent.
Okay.
So like, who and what the players are the same, but the actions that are taken might be a little bit different.
So we have a slightly more concrete thing that we're looking for now, which isn't so much that we're looking for like a castle. We're not, but it specifically mentioned a cave and a well.
Yes.
So as someone whose family has lived in this town since its creation,
It's on the Grey Coast, isn't it?
it's somewhere in Erith.
And the well specifically was referred to as
Damn.
somewhere on the Grey Coast.
Yeah, both the
I
cave and the well were on the Great
got-
Coast specifically.
Damn.
A 17 on my roll.
Yeah, we got a 17 and then a 20 on a historical.
And were you were looking at other historical stuff?
I was looking at whatever was left when everyone else chose.
Okay, so I think you were looking at some of the historical stuff.
We have 2 historical documents coming up.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
looking at one and got
And then one
some help
So
from
there were
Wren.
3 historical documents, 1 story. I got the story.
Yeah, so that's
One
sort of
historical document was not
Red, yeah.
deciphered.
yeah. So that's one of the like stories that we found. That's like the story that you found.
Yes.
One of the historical documents that you find is somewhat difficult to read. It's a series of letters from King Hayden, who was a king of Erith. It looks to be like around the time that these stories were coming out. And in there you find a couple of references to events taking place. One being that salt mining operations on the Grey Coast, communication had halted from them. And there is a quote that appears to have been translated directly from a letter, which states that from the Grey Coast seemed, quote, to ooze a shadow of unseen proportion, which moved not with sun nor disappeared in the light, and with it brought a plague of madness to all those it touched.
Lovely. And when is this approximately in relation to now? Like how long
Thousands
ago?
of years ago.
Okay. And when is this?
Madness plague.
This is maybe a thing that can be cut out because I don't know if, like, I know this in canon. But when is this in relation to like, Andwise the Great? Like,
Probably-
legendary ruling.
Probably
Just to date it in both directions.
both now and Andwise are after.
Or after this.
this.
Okay.
This is before
Okay, so this is
all of
super
that.
very
This is like super far
Very
back.
Awesome.
Okay. And then the last historical document, the one I got a 20 on.
Yes, the last historical document is like slightly newer. And this is talking about, this is somebody like exploring Embers Hollow and the areas around. And in this, there are references to a hidden stronghold that was found by explorers in the deep wood. That appears to be like from an unknown time before, like when they found it.
Castle.
And it's just like it's just like some brief letters talking about this. And these letters are probably like, if like the letter from King Hayden, which is like this ancient, this is like not even like the actual
Yeah.
letter, this is like somebody copied somebody's copy of it and then stuck it down here.
Does it make any reference of direction from Embers Hollow, or simply that they were exploring the deep wood around Embers Hollow?
Looking at it, there is like a little, because that's when you rolled like a dirty 20 on,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, there is like a little map drawn. It's like kind of disproportionate because it's
But we could line it up with the real map.
because it's like just like somebody's hand drawing, but it does look like they can mark off you see like Embers Hollow marked off, and you see there's like sort of an X like in the deep wood listed as like stronghold, and there does appear to be like a 3 days scrawled across.
Days?
I don't have 3 days.
They're not going to give us.
3 days.
I wonder if
This
Mr.
is our
Tibbets knows.
shot.
I wonder if Mr. Tibbets knows a shortcut.
Okay, but what about
Who
this?
is Mr. Tibbets? You
Mysterious
keep talking about this
Mr.
man, and I've never met him,
It's
and
not-
I know everyone. Who is he? You shouldn't be talking to strange men in the woods. Okay, my dad says that's not good.
Okay. But guys,
Good plan, Dad.
guys, this is gonna
What
take
a
us 3
crazy
days.
concept.
It would take us 3 days.
Unless Mr. Tibbets.
Are you saying that you don't want to do that?
Of course I want to, but
Okay.
We don't know when our school is starting, and I
Okay,
really
well,
can't afford to miss that.
I mean, sometimes Ikio and I go out and do things. All
For
we
3 days.
well, we've never tested it for that
6.
long. But all you have to do is, Andy, you tell Adrien that you're going over to Clary's house.
My
Clary?
parents.
You tell your parents that you're going to be sleeping over at my house. I'm going to say that I'm staying with you, Yarrow. And then you just need to say that you're staying with me.
No, I don't think you understand. My parents would not let me stay at someone else's house for 3 nights.
Even Adrien's house?
No.
Not even, but they like Adrien.
That doesn't mean they'd let me out of the house for 3 days.
What if you told them that we were on a field trip? For school.
They'd see Adrien in town. You know that, right?
We can
Once we're far
can
enough, they can't stop us.
we can ask my dad to
He could supervise.
come
I
with
fully
us.
got Clary has fully a pocket full of sunflower seeds. She is so ready to go ask Mr. Tippett for advice.
Henry's whole thought process is if we can make it a night, we're too far. They can't get us that. Henry's whole thing is you just have to make it far enough that they can't get you.
Let's talk to
Eventually we
Adrien.
have to come back.
Well, that's a problem
And
for
I'm getting in
tomorrow.
so much trouble, and we're new to town, and I really can't afford to get us in trouble that early.
We can talk to my dad, or we can go see
You
Clary's
saw-
woodsman friend. I can't.
You
He's the
saw-
strange man in the woods. That seems much safer.
He's not a strange man, though. He's very nice.
That's not.
You saw
My
how
dad
woman.
says you shouldn't talk to men in the woods.
Not a strange man in the woods.
My
He's
Andy.
very
parents
nice.
never said that, but it's heavily implied.
Andy, you saw how Mohammed was acting when Mohammed. What? Mohammed. That's what I said. You said Mohammed. No, Mohammed. You saw how Mohammed was acting when you were just suggesting that you were interested in this. Do you really think your dad's gonna let you investigate this?
My dad's never said no to a chance to learn something new.
He's about to.
Let's try. Let's at least try. Please?
I can't just vanish for 3 days, Henry.
3 days is a long
My
time.
parents would be so worried.
My parents won't notice.
My...
Okay, if you guys come to the woods with me,
Besides, you say that if we get far enough, they can't find us. But they have horses. They move faster than we do.
My mother has magic and would be very good at tracking us.
I
And
mean,
would.
we can ask, but
Clary?
My mother can teleport to us.
well,
What a horrifying thing.
let's do
She's
more
very high
fact
level.
finding. Let's just find out more facts. Maybe it's not
let's
really
start
3
with
days.
a map.
I mean, they
Let's
said
start
3
with a map.
days, but maybe they walk super slow. Or maybe there's, is there a river on
Or
that? We
maybe
could take a canoe.
We could get
Are there canoes
horses.
this time?
Yeah, there are boats.
Okay.
Let's find a map.
Let's look at a real map. That's a good idea, Clary.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's look at
find
the
a map. Can we look for a map?
Yeah, give me an investigate check.
18.
Yeah, you find there's
Libraries are Yarrow's happy place.
yeah, as you turn around and there's just a
This is
bin
where
and a sign
one
that
place
says
Yarrow thrives.
maps.
Just a bin.
Sorry,
and
we're in a library.
and you can dig through to find the map that you're looking for. On 18, you
Right.
find a map of Embers Hollow and
I'll
a
line it
deep
up.
wood.
I'll line it up with the map that
Yeah.
I found.
The deep wood is somewhat uncharted. It's a very thick woods. So there really aren't a ton of landmarks to mark down.
Parents are never going to say yes to this.
But as you lay it out, you do see on here You can see Embers Hollow, which you can like line up to the little hand-drawn map that you have. And there are like some landmarks in the deep woods sort of like marked off. But they appear to be things like, you know, a really old tree and a rock formation. And about where you see this like stronghold listed on this hand-drawn map, you see there's something listed as like a rock like formation on the map of the deep woods that you have.
We got him.
It's in the rocks. It is the rocks.
It is the rocks.
Maybe they're only saying it's rocks because they're hiding it, or maybe it's a really run-down castle and very dangerous, or maybe it has something very interesting.
Or maybe the stronghold is just the rock formation. I mean, he talked about in his Varric talked about like this fantastical story with like castles and but the story that you found was talking about a cave and a well.
But on the Grey Coast. And what I found was them at the beginning, if they were unleashing it, and the one that Varric told was that at the very end they sacrificed them. It was brothers,
What, 6 and 7?
5 and 7 sacrificed themselves, sacrificed their lives for the castle stronghold.
But what if
I'm
and this
taking
is,
notes.
this is just like a thought, but like what if we're not looking for a castle per se, but we're more looking for a connection to this cave and like a safeguarded system?
Well, we really shouldn't go into the Underdark,
Well,
if that's what you're implying.
No, that's not like
yesterday
the
Varric
Underdark.
said that there was a stronghold, and on this map there is a stronghold, and so I think that's probably connected because in the stronghold there's a memory with a key, with a
Yes.
cage, with a question,
And I want to find
and a
that pass.
haze with an answer.
I'm writing in my notes, rocks equals stronghold, question mark, exclamation point. Good?
So we know where it is.
Now,
Can I look closely at the modern map and see if there's like a unit conversion or something at the bottom that I can
That's fine.
figure out how long it would actually take?
Yeah, I mean it's like pretty well mapped out. You can like give me a roll to see if you like understand it.
Just like a flat intelligence check.
Like reading maps, like history.
And if it's 3 days there, then it's round trip 6 days. We can't do that.
Check, that would be cool.
A what?
These children cannot have a
Wisdom check, that would
6-day
be cool.
round trip. I mean,
Consider
Henry
that.
doesn't give a fuck, but the rest of them do.
if it's going to be a school
Wisdom.
trip excuse, we could just get Adrien to walk us there and then do the stronghold ourselves.
Give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Like a
Or
history.
maybe
That's a 19.
what if we
Is it a real adventure if we
Yeah,
bring
it's
a
about 3
teacher?
days.
Okay.
what
It
if we
is like
spin
3
it
days,
as a
guys.
project?
Sorry.
As a
It is 3
project?
days.
As a survive like we're gonna go and be in the woods for 3 days and we can practice foraging
Mm-hmm.
and herb
and
checks
building fires.
and we can practice building fires and it wouldn't be a real fire.
And does anyone know how to build a tent?
Sure, we can figure
Yeah.
it out.
It's, I mean, it's 2 sticks and a piece of cloth. So, it's
what if
not
what if
hard.
we tell
We can
Ezra?
ask, we can ask
Well,
Adrien.
What if we ask
And-
Adrien if we can go? What if we can ask Adrien if we can have like
And
a
my
couple of those?
parents are at Adrien's in order to figure out our learning regimen, my learning regimen, and so we could, if we get Adrien to agree, then they wouldn't even have to change their plans.
Exactly, and you said that your parents wouldn't let you go if it was that far, so we just don't have to tell them where we're going.
It's less that it's far and more that it's long. And my schooling is very important, so if I was going to
So
do it,
it
we'd have
is
to sell it
your
as our schooling. That's the only way it could be is
So
if
this
it's a field trip.
a field trip for a week.
Yeah.
It really is different out here.
Let's go ask my dad
For a
for a field trip. For a week.
I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Give me a
Are we
wisdom
on,
saving
like,
throw.
Genuinely,
Are we on an insane track right now?
This is wild.
Okay.
I was
I
so
was ready
thrown
to
by
have
the
a
3
panic
days.
attack,
I was like,
but I have a wisdom saving throw of 18.
are we not supposed
you're
to go
good.
because it's
I
too
think
far?
No,
think
this is
I think
fantastic.
within 18, Yarrow has this moment of that anxiety starts to kick in and is then like, well, at the very least, if he says no, I'm not the only one who's saying no, and I'm not the one pitching the idea.
Well,
So it could be worse. And that's all going on in Yarrow's head.
Adventurers-
that keeps her calm.
adventurers camp out, right? Have any of you ever camped out? I've never camped out.
I should have slept outside.
We should learn how to camp out. We should learn how to camp out. It makes perfect sense.
Oh goodness, I understand why Mother always traveled with someone who could make a magnificent mansion.
I feel like I probably have.
You probably have
actually.
camped. You and your father probably have camped in the deep woods.
I
before.
have not.
I'm like,
Ugh.
yeah, I.
Claire
Aren't there
probably has
bugs
not.
there?
Maybe
Yeah.
Clary. I don't know if Clary actually has.
Well, let's go find
She probably just
Edrin.
does day trips, day hikes.
Yeah,
Let's go find Edrien.
let's
Origin
talk
trips.
to my
We go to Adrien's
dad.
house.
You guys come around the corner. You
The
find
two wimps.
you find Adrien outside. He's like doing some gardening. Oh, you're back from the library.
Yes, we had a proposal for schoolwork.
Ah, school. Yes, school.
So we were thinking, because here's the thing: we've learned a lot about like the maths and the sciences and the sewing and the whatever skills that you feel the need to teach us and my parents feel the need to teach me.
Mm-hmm.
But none of us really know anything about adventuring,
Mm-hmm.
except for But have you ever done it? Like you know it you kind of done it.
I've forged illusions.
Well, for example, none of us except for Andy has camped out.
We didn't do that.
We've been camping.
So what if we did some kind of survival field trip? You know, we go out into the woods before, not too far from town. You can easily find us, easily reach us if we needed help.
And we could just go camp for a few days.
And we could go camping.
and forage.
We
and-
could practice our herb identification skills, our hunting skills, building fires, pitching tents, mending clothes.
I'm good at that.
And teamwork as a party. Right?
Uh-huh.
Skills like communication and teamwork.
Yarrow has contributed a sentence and is already devastated the fact that she is included in this conversation now. She can be implicated now.
I mean, so many relationships are founded on mutual trust and.
We're 12 and 10.
I've heard.
Times are different.
I've heard my parents say these words, and I'm just like, I'm that like child who's just like dropping
I'm a nerd. I have an
buzzwords.
excuse.
I'm that child who like drops buzzwords that I've heard my parents say that have no idea what it means.
Same.
Yeah, so many relationships are found on things like mutual trust and communication and bonding experiences. And so, what better than for the four of us to have an immersive bonding experience
In the woods.
living in the woods?
It's nose diving. It's nose diving. Pull out. Ripcord. We started really strong there.
We did. And it didn't.
Can we please go on an adventuring camping trip
And
for school?
And to make it, I mean, my mother can absolutely track us, but also if we plotted out a map or something ahead of time, we could share the map with you so you'd know exactly where we were. Yarrow's just trying to fix this.
Clary's gonna put on the
not
puppy
because
eyes.
Yarrow necessarily wants to go that bad, but really cannot bear this being
Yeah.
the last word.
Does
That's
this
fair.
have something to do with that story Varric said last night?
Well, I mean, for me, I think it made me just want to go on adventures because it was really fun and cool.
I'm
exciting.
not saying that because it's a bad thing. It's a genuine question.
I mean, I think in part, but that was a story about 8 brothers who found something with each other. I mean, there was a whole evil thing going on there too. But
Well, that was a long time ago.
I ran and going through all the stages.
I know you are.
Go ahead.
He's racked with guilt, and he has not said a word.
You gotta.
But here, I don't think this is a bad idea, actually.
That's a miracle.
I mean, fascinating.
Wow.
I think it could be
Henry's like, shit, I'm
After all-
bad.
You had to roll a
After all,
persuasion check.
Andy, you've done some camping. You have experience, and you'll have to know this when you eventually go off and join your adventuring party or solo adventure the way that I did. And Yarrow, your parents have already spoken with me yesterday a little bit about making sure that you're prepared for whatever adventuring your future might take you to. Henry, I know that you have I know your parents have aspirations for you, but I also know that you have your own aspirations. And part of what I do here as your tutors try to encourage you to follow your own paths as best you can, and help you any way that I can. And Clary, I'm sure that this is free. I'll be honest.
You can love so
She needs to practice foraging.
Yes, I'll be honest. I've never actually gotten like a clear sense of what it is that you want to do.
Well, right now, adventure. But that could change.
That's fine if it does. That's fine. I will say I'm not entirely comfortable with sending 4 children into the woods by themselves
What if
for
we bring sending
multitude
stones?
of days. So how about this? What if I propose this? And this way we can keep up with other lessons if need be as well. Why don't the 5 of us travel into the woods? And during the days, you can adventure as far and free as you want. And at night, we'll all come back together, so I know that you're at least sleeping somewhere safe. And
Like in the woods, right?
You can map in the woods. You can map out the path. You can tell us where camp is going to be. We don't have to camp in the same place every night. We can move. We can.
And we can go as far
as far as you want. As far as you
long
want.
as we get back.
Well, we
Well,
saw
we
a
can
map.
come back
and-
eventually. Do you mean?
To a camp. As long as we get back to a
As
camp.
long as we never return home.
Sorry, Andy. I thought you meant that like we could go the 5 of us could go as
As long
far
as
into
we
the woods as
disappear,
we
That
wanted.
is what I was
And I'm like,
asking.
as long as we could come back eventually, that's
Yeah.
fine.
That
during
is
the
what I was asking.
during the days, you can wander as far from the camp as you can, as long as you're back in camp by nightfall. But the 5 of us can we can move camp. We can go as deep as you want into the woods.
Great, because there was a map that we saw and there was some cool geographical stuff on it. And so maybe we could
Geography.
I
plot,
drew it.
maybe we could like make
I
a
copied
route.
it down from the book so that we wouldn't have to bring a book in from the library into the woods.
Did you
We can
mark
plot
it
it-
as stronghold and
I marked it as
rock
rocks.
formation? Which is right.
I marked it as rocks equal stronghold.
See, there's a really old tree and there's rocks.
Question mark and
Question mark exclamation point.
Are you planning on building a fort?
Yes.
With this?
Yes. I don't know how to make a tent.
That's I'll help with that.
I know. Every time that they agree with a lie, like I've tried to say at least truth. Every time they agree with a lie, the 2 of us visibly wince. And we get, I feel like both of us are in this relationship.
Clary's learning from Henry.
I think I'm building a fort.
Yes.
I know.
I don't know how to make a tent.
Because we're so terrible at
We're trying to hide our guilt and guilt and anxiety respectively.
Sure.
I am crying,
It's a
Adrien.
problem.
Oh my
Deception
Yeah.
would for me be a 13.
17.
You
Mine is anxiety, his is guilt.
Do I have to roll?
no.
No, he just wanted to.
Okay.
Because they're trying to deceive that they're not being racked with guilt
Or anxiety.
or anxiety. He's like, oh,
Which
for,
manifests
he said,
as
I can help you build a tent. Why do the 2 of you seem?
Well,
Well, I'm not really sure, Andy. I'm not. This is an energy that I'm unfamiliar with from you.
Well, it'll probably be dark out there at the nighttime.
Into the woods so we can investigate the castle that the guy talked about yesterday. And I just really need to ask my parents first.
I hang on. I need you to back up here. What? The castle from the story?
Yeah.
We found it on a map.
So you think it's not just a story?
We found it on a map.
Well, we
found what is likely it on a map.
Well, we found rocks on a map.
But in the position where a different map had the stronghold. Question mark, exclamation point.
So we could look at the rocks and see if they were maybe a castle or
we
just
went
cool
to
rocks.
the library.
And if not, we could really just build a fort there.
We could really build
we
a fort.
could really build a fort there.
As a
That would be really
consolation
fun.
prize.
So you're telling me, Andy, that you
Henry
heard,
is seeing her dreams.
You-
split out.
you heard-
And we're being
Yeah.
told yes.
you heard a
We
story.
had
Word.
Yeah.
That's
told
not
yes.
stopping.
Andy, you're telling me you heard a story that seemed interesting, and then you went and did all the research, all of this research, read through all of these things that you needed, and found the information to drive you to it.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just start with that? Andy, that's amazing! Mehemet.
Man it.
Mehemet?
Magnet.
When we went
Sorry.
to the library, Mehemet almost didn't show us the because I didn't know if he seemed to think that you would be mad, and I didn't want you to be mad.
No, Andy.
But then I felt bad.
Mehemet and I
Sweet
don't
boy.
always see eye to eye on many things. Mehemet is not a fan of the Church of Miracle, to say the very least. Mehemet is the sort that believing in any belief is a danger. To him, knowledge is knowing, not belief. He believes that the Church of Miracle and seeing the Church of Miracle as a personal danger, as a way of closing yourself off to other avenues of thought. And that in doing so, you endanger yourself and those around you. You know, he's a practitioner of old faiths, primarily the god Ogma of knowledge. And he merely just sees the Church of Miracle as a threat to that. But I bear him no hard will, although perhaps he bears me some in that he doesn't enjoy that I preach belief in Miracle and follow his teachings the way that I do. But that does not mean that I, like many others in the church, believe solely in what Miracle says and what the church has stated and put in their doctrine. So, no, I see no harm in the childlike adventure. Finding castles and stories. Whether we find anything or not doesn't matter. What matters is that the four of you heard something that so impacted you that you went out and sought knowledge about it. And you thought to look for it on your own. It interested you, and it's ignited this passion in the four of you. Now that is something that I, not as a paladin, not as an adventurer, and not even as a preacher of Miracle, but I as a father and a teacher want to spark within you.
I love this man.
I give him the biggest hug.
He gives you the biggest hug back and fully just picks you up.
Henry just gets in there.
Yep.
Dog pat.
Clary's got
Yeah.
Yarrow is now comfortable with this, and was specifically told to.
Yes, the two of you run it. Adrien, who fully falls backwards, still holding
Oh my goodness.
Just like
Andy, and fully lets himself get dogpiled by children.
Yarrow stays.
And he's like, right. Is he like?
Does not know if that is okay.
He
Yarrow's been
fully
here a day.
scoops Clary up with one arm, holding Andy with the other, and stands
Just,
up.
vibrating.
And it's
with
right,
excitement.
so forget school, forget schooling, forget all of that. As he deposits the two of you back on the ground, he's like, what do you say we get a gear together? You show me that map, we get our gear together, I will take you as far as the castle and let you do your adventuring.
We really need to tell my parents.
I'll take care of your parents, worry not.
Mine too?
Sure.
Thank you, Mr. Willow-Watcher.
Of course,
you're
you're
the
with me.
best.
In their sake, we'll tell them it's a bit of a schooling trip. You know, to practice your fencing and your sword fighting.
I'm sorry I tried to hide it from you. That we
Don't
wanted
worry
to go
about
see
it.
the
You were doing
castle.
very well. I believed every word.
I mean,
Clary technically did not say anything untrue. She said shit like, I've never been camping. I don't know how to make a tent. I would like
Inside
to
check.
go adventuring. Like a bunch of
19.
true things.
He has known something has been going on this entire time and simply has just been going along with it because he wants to.
I love this man.
He's the best.
But he fully wants you to think that he's believed every word.
This is great for everyone's confidence, I think.
So what do you say we get some gear together?
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Dad.
All right, now I'm gonna need you to show me that map.
Do you have a battle axe I can borrow? I left mine at home and I don't really want to go back and get it. So
Of course I do. He reaches over, picks up another battle axe, another dulled
Insane.
battle axe.
Insane.
She's like,
you realize now that he's given her a second one, she's gonna just hoard them and never
You know,
use
dual
them.
wielding,
She's
dual
gonna
wielding.
have so many battle axes.
Oh my
and he's like, right. So what do you say? We get our gear together
You almost said
and
something very different.
and we go and have our adventure. And that is all for this episode of the Hallowed Dark. Catch us next time.